Griffith Town Council meeting to order. If you can please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Councilman Marker will now read the names of any police officers that have been killed since our last meeting.
Deputy Sheriff William May of the Walton County Sheriff's Office, Florida. End of watch Wednesday, April 2nd. Cause of death, gunfire. Pastor Bill?
Do we have an opening prayer, please?
Before I pray, I just want to let you know if you're available, Griffith Clergy is doing a Good Friday service at noon at the Christian Church.
First Christian Church?
First Christian Church, yeah. Let us pray. Lord, we ask you to be with this group, allow them to have the wisdom and the knowledge to make the right decisions for the town, to be able to take everything into consideration as they proceed with whatever is on the agenda tonight. We ask you to be with our community, our town, our first responders, and just keep us safe and watch over us. And we ask this in your name. Amen.
Could we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Jim Marker,
Present.
Councilmember Larry Balla,
Present.
Council President Rick Raifa,
Present.
Councilmember Melissa Robbins,
Present.
Councilmember Tony Hobson.
Present.
Each member has received a copy of the April 1st minutes. What's the pleasure?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. Can we have the claims, please?
Claims totaling $709,812.22.
Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. Could we have the announcements, please?
Item number one, there will be a redevelopment commission meeting on Tuesday, April 22nd at 6:45 PM with a study session at 6:30, and one will follow if necessary. Item number two, the next town council meeting will be on Tuesday, May 6th at 7 PM. There will be a study session at 6:30, and one will follow if necessary.
All right, Mr. Bala, I believe we had a late change in the town council meeting for Tuesday, May 6th will be rescheduled or canceled. So if anybody's here, there will not be a meeting on the 6th.
So we're gonna cancel that?
We'll cancel it for now. If we have to reschedule it for the following week, we will. And one additional item, Town Hall will be closed this Friday for Good Friday. So there will be nobody here. All right, under communications.
I have that. If the Griffith Fire Department is requesting permission to hold our annual boot drive for the Hoosier Burn Camp. The date would be Saturday, May 3rd, with a rain date of Saturday, May 10th. The boot drive would be held from 10 to 1 with the fire department members at various intersections collecting for this worthy organization. This will be our 21st year for the Hoosier Burn Camp boot drive. Make a motion that we approve this.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Reports, Public Works? No report. Building Commissioner? Chief of Police? No report. And Fire? No report. Okay. This time we'll take public comment. If anybody has a comment or a question on an agenda item, just please ask that now. There'll be time for public comment afterwards. So if this is about anything that we're going to vote on, if anybody had a question before we voted on it. All right, we'll go straight to new business. Mr. Hobson?
It is my pleasure to announce a building commissioner appointment, Ms. Veronica Horka, who has been down in our building department for quite some time and with the town for even longer. Very proud to announce she'll be our new building commissioner.
And could we have a motion to appoint her to the?
I'd like to make a motion to appoint her.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Congratulations.
We haven't voted yet. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
The motion carries. Congratulations, Jim.
There we go.
All right, next item, Mr. Marker.
Yes, in relation to that, there's a salary ordinance change. Ordinance 2025-5, salary ordinance change for said building commissioner. I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 2025-5.
Second.
We have a motion, a second, to suspend the rules. We have a roll call, please.
Jim Marker,
In favor?
Larry Bala,
In favor.
Rick Rifa,
In favor.
Melissa Robbins,
In favor.
Tony Hepson.
In favor.
The rules are suspended.
Therefore, I make a motion for ordinance 2025-5 to pass the salary ordinance change for the building commissioner.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, no. The motion carries. Next item, Mr. Bala.
We have an interlocal cooperation agreement for the purchase of engineering services and other services, supplies, and equipment for mutual benefit. And it's quite lengthy, so I'm going to ask if our Director of Public Works would like to take a moment to explain what we're talking about here.
Yeah, we're partnering with Little Cal, who's paying 8% of it, and the Lake County Drainage Board. We're doing a general study on the south end of town, which is around, Turkey Creek, Gavin Wage, where we've had flooding issues. So it's us and Lake County and that whole area, as I'm sure if you've driven through there, in particular in the spring, but, we're gonna see if, we're in a lot of wetlands area. We've got, low level, not a lot of pitch, and we're looking at a study that, EF&S is gonna be helping us with, and see if there's an overall plan between all of us, because it's not just Griffith. It's the county and et cetera. Cherville has issues. How do we improve, which may include updating, whatever they recommend. It could include pump station, include a lot of different things, but we're gonna at least get a study and see how we can improve the drainage in the south end of town, and that's what this is about.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to make a motion that we allow our president to sign this agreement on behalf of the town of Griffith.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, Ms. Robbins.
I have it, it's Griffith 2025-1 CCMG projects. This is the addendum to the project that we sent out for bid already. We are adding sidewalks and curbs and some storm sewer inlet and storm pipes. I make a motion that we approve this addendum to the bid request for CCMG 2025-1.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. All right, the next item, we have received bids for the current CCMG projects. And Mr. Rabb, could you give the parameters of those again?
Yeah, so what we're looking at now is our next one that we're obviously currently working on Main. We've already approved from Wood Street to, the second part of Main will be Wood Street, where the tracks are, to the railroad tracks over by Wiggs. And what we're gonna be talking about now is the rest of Main Street to the border with Cherville and Highland. A couple of side streets off of that, and Lake Street as well, which included the addendum where we're gonna look at storm inlets and some curb that we don't have now. So that's what we're referring to here.
All right, we've received two bids. If we can please open them. All right, the first bid is received from Reith Riley Construction Company of Gary, Indiana. The total cost of the quote bid is $1,114,995. Is there some electronic stuff in there? Yep, there is, okay. All right, and then Reith Reeve Riley's bid was received at 3:45 PM today. And the second bid was from Milestone Contractors in Griffith, and that was received at 1:33 PM today. The cost of their bid is $1,234,000 even. All right, I would entertain a motion that we turn these bids over to our attorneys and engineers and Public Works Director for a recommendation for the next meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Oh, excuse me.
Sorry. Would it be possible for the council to make a tentative award pending the legal and engineering reviews, allowing you to sign as president the contract with the low bidder if they're found to be low, in order for us to get the contracts to PennDOT by April 25th?
Oh, okay, yes. So I would,
I'd like to make a motion.
or let's, we'll withdraw, or who made the first motion?
Me.
Would you like to withdraw that motion?
I would.
All right, the second?
Oh, it's withdrawn.
Okay,
Sorry.
all right. Mr. Hobson?
I'd like to make a motion allowing President Rifa to enter in and sign the agreement if the agreement is found with a contractor that is responsive and appropriate through our engineers and our attorneys, to be the lowest bidder.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. All right. The next, we have town insurance. Our renewal is due for the health insurance on June 1st. We're looking at several different options that we'll make available to our employees, which would include different deductibles and out-of-pocket maximums and various premium levels. So at this point, we're finalizing everything, and would entertain a motion to allow me to enter into any agreements with United Healthcare to get the insurance policies moving forward.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. Mr. Hobson, you have the next item.
Yeah, I have a letter of recognition for the late Ruth Hutchins Parker. She has been named a 2025 inductee of the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame, and she will be recognized at the ceremony for this honor on April 26, 2025 in Indianapolis, Indiana. I would ask all town council members to sign, along with the clerk treasurer, a certificate of recognition for Ruth Hutchins Parker Day, April 26, 2025. Can I make a motion that April 26, 2025 be Ruth Hutchins Parker Day?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? I believe we have some family here. Did anybody want to say anything?
Thank you. It's been a long time coming. For 30 years, we've been trying to get this recognized. It was 100 years ago, basically, right here at Franklin School, 97 years ago. But my aunt was quite the basketball star. It was a different kind of game in those days, but it's finally being recognized in the Hall of Fame.
Great.
Good.
Okay. All right. Yes, sir.
My dad and my uncle both played basketball for Rivet, and their last name was Hutchins. So my dad and his mom, her maiden name was Hutchins. So we all came together. Tom's done a fantastic job of getting all this together. And I'm Dave Hutchins. So hopefully, I might even play some music.
Little Hutch.
All right. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. And we do have a certificate that'll be signed for the family to take as well. Okay. All right, next item, Mr. Marker.
Yes, we have the Grievous 2025 event dates. Market Day starts May 16th. It ends September 19th. Blues Fest is July 11th through 13th. Rock and Roll 28th through 31st. with Oktoberfest wrapping things up with October 3rd through the 5th. I'd like to make a motion to approve these event dates and authorize the sale of alcohol.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. The last item on the agenda is in relation to a permission to auction off excess equipment from the town of Griffith, including police vehicles from the police department and some other equipment they may have, as well as the parks. All we need is a motion allowing the auction to take place, if somebody would like to make that motion.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. All right, this time we'll convene the water board the town council meeting and open up the water board meeting. Could we have the roll call for the water board meeting, please?
Jim Marker,
Still present?
Larry Balla,
Present.
Rick Rifa,
Present.
Melissa Robbins,
Present.
Tony Hobson.
Present.
All right, do we have any claims?
You do the minutes first.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to make a motion approving the minutes from March 18th meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. Now could we have the claims, please?
Claims totaling $160,564.25.
I move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Do we have any announcements or communications? We do not have any pending items or business from the board right now, so any public comment for the water board? The water board meeting is adjourned. We will reconvene the town council meeting. Is there any other business from the council? All right, this time we're open for public comments. If anybody has a comment or question, just please state your name.
I'm Bradley Hutchison. I'm precinct elected member for the city of Gary, 3rd District, the GOP. The reason I came here is there was a real bad incident that took place concerning the school teacher and the Griffith police officer at primary election day back in May. The reason I wasn't here in September and January is ladies over here kept telling me this meeting would come at 6 o'clock instead of 7. It's just a misunderstanding.
Okay.
I got it straightened out. That when I took my friend to the school that day, trying to make a long story short, we went behind the school, lady comes out, and she became very irate, very rude and obnoxious, screaming at the top of her lungs. And I said, miss, we're only here to vote, because Larry told me that's where he voted. I said, Larry, get back in the car. So we went around the front. So I went in there and sat down. And as I was sitting there, she came in there with, I think his officer's Jeff Gang, I believe that's his name. Anyway, she was very ridiculous with her language, because she said, "Get him sitting here." That's what she said. It was totally ridiculous. And then I said to the police officer, she's lying, and then he just exploded on me. It was the most pathetically ridiculous mouthing and yelling you could ever imagine. And he said, I won't take hand gestures. And I said, this is not a hand gesture. Then I told him, I said, sir, I understand security here. I'm a retired correctional officer from the Department of Corrections for the state of Indiana. I worked here 30 years in the prison. I understand security here. And he told me he doesn't give a DAM where I worked at. And I was watching the body language, so I just stepped up to him, and I looked right in his face, and I said, well, how about if I don't give a damn to the Griffith cop? Now, did you like how I talked to you? And all of a sudden, he got real nice and said, could you go stand by your car? Sure. Walked over, I complied with what he told me. So he went back in the place where we both were, in the gymnasium part, and him and my buddy come out, and they were going at it. So I screamed 3 times, very forceful, Larry, you know, get over here. And after every time, if I listened to me, he came over and I said, you know better. I immediately called the police department. Chief Mance, I believe, was who this chief was. Well, he was out of town now. So I talked to one of the guys and told him what happened. Well, I waited 2 weeks, called Chief Mance's office 3 times in about a 9-week period. Still yet today, he never called me back. Then I called your office and left them a voicemail.
I apologize, I never got that.
Well,
Okay.
anyway,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Should have asked for my cell phone. I
Well,
would have gave it to you.
I don't know if either one of you received the message.
Look, I did not.
But here's the point. I researched
the name of that officer. The school superintendent, I talked to her, she addressed the school teacher, so we don't have a problem with that. But if that officer doesn't quit conducting himself in that kind of manner and disrespectful to the general public, getting up in people's faces and disorderly with his conduct, he's gonna get himself in trouble. Not by me, because I'm not that type of a guy. I'm doing the right thing, but I'm not everybody else. One of these days, he's gonna get up in the wrong person's face and you're gonna have a fatality over there. Either he's gonna get hurt or the other guy's gonna get hurt, or they're both gonna get hurt. There's no sense in acting like that. And if he can't control his conduct, then he don't need to be a Griffith police officer. I'd like to say this about the Griffith Police Department. You got some of the most best professional people I've ever saw in that department. They all need commended. They really do. There's some great officers on there, but he's not one of them. Thank you for letting me speak.
All right, Chief Tharp, would you like to address anything?
If you'd like to come in and talk to that during the day, feel free.
I gladly accept
If
your
you'd like to call
invitation.
my office, I'm not gonna talk about a personnel matter at a public meeting.
That's fine.
A situation like that, but we do take pride in disposition of our officers, so if you'd like to talk about that, feel free to call.
After the meeting, I'll get in contact. Thank you. Thank you for letting me speak.
All right, thank you for being respectful in your speak. Okay. Anybody else have a comment or a question tonight? Last chance? All right, well, everybody have a happy Easter, and we'll see you sometime in May for the next meeting. So the meeting is adjourned.